Welcome back to this guy's garage. Today we're going to be talking about HVLP guns versus conventional guns versus high efficiency guns. Coming up.
This guy's garage. Like and subscribe.
First things first. HVLP guns have no place for the DIYer because of two things really. The volume of air you need. It's more conducive to a body shop environment where they have to adhere to stricter regulations. It's just not DIY friendly. To make a HVLP gun work, you need lots of air. So if you buy a HVLP gun and you're running it on your DIY compressor with these 1/4 inch couplers, it's not going to supply the amount of air that it needs at the air cap. So you're going to have to convert your whole system to the bigger fittings. So every fitting has to be replaced from your air adapter to your couplers to your air line. So the expense of converting over to HVLP is not worth it for the average DIYer. They're much more, you're setting yourself up for failure. The only way you can make these guns work at home is turn them up. When you turn them up, they're no longer a HVLP gun. And just for next time you're at the auto parts store, pick up two fittings. Pick up a HVLP or a high flow fitting. You'll empty your lungs quick, just like you'll empty your compressor quick. So pressure is a measure of restriction. If you have your heart set on buying a HVLP gun, know that you're going to have to buy air lines because your standard airline is not going to supply enough air. You're going to have to change all your fittings, change all your regulators to suit that gun for one job when you use a compressor for multiple jobs in a DIY setting. So for me, that makes HVLP for the DIYer at home a non-starter. What are your other options? You have high efficiency gravity, or you have a conventional gun. Both of these guns will work well. They operate around 50-60 psi. And just for to let you know, this is a HVLP gun. Look at the box here. Operating pressure is between 50 and 75 psi, which means that's not a HVLP gun. For the DIYer just getting started, if you want to have nice work, I would get started with either one of these two guns. Now, it doesn't stop there because these guns, it's not one size fit all. Our next video, we're going to help you choose a paint gun for the products and materials that you're going to be using, all the products and materials that you'll come across for doing auto body. But that's coming up in the next video. Today, we're just giving you the fundamentals on what's the difference between HVLP, conventional, and high efficiency. So this is a high efficiency gravity gun, which basically it's a conventional gravity gun. And I've had this gun now for 5 years. Phenomenal performance. It's a DeVilbiss finish line paint gun. Me, I'm all about trying to save a buck. So if I'm looking for that 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, $300 gun that performs as well as the $700, $800 guns that you see the professional painters use. And a little secret, they all will for a certain amount of time. You get what you pay for. But I've used this gun. I paid $30 for it. Puts on a phenomenal coat of finish. The only complaint I have with it is the cup size is a little small. But other than that, it's a fantastic gun. I'll try to put a link in here for the testing of that gun. It was tested against this, and it was also tested against this in another video. So people get caught up in technology. Well, I can tell you, painting technology hasn't advanced that much in the last 100 years. You can put on as good a finish with this as any gun. $50, you can't go wrong. You're just getting started. You want to have a gun that's going to do multiple jobs until you get to the point where you're going to have your primer gun, you're going to have your etch gun, you're going to have your sealer gun, you're going to have a gun for blending. All the things that you're going to need to know and learn in the course of doing bodywork and painting. But HVLP is relatively new, 20 years. And it has more to do with environmental protections than anything else. But as far as they will tell you to invest in a HVLP gun because of the paint savings is minimal. And if you have to repaint something because it didn't turn out the way you wanted, you didn't save anything on paint. You're spending money. So as far as a HVLP gun, all your fittings have to match. So if you have your heart set on using a HVLP gun, you better make sure you have a compressor that will operate at that volume of air. And you got to make sure that you have no restrictions in your airlines. All the fittings are high flow fittings, high flow, bigger ID, high flow, bigger ID air hose. In general, stay away from HVLP for DIY purposes because it's not going to give you the performance that you're looking for. The best two options available is a conventional siphon feed gun or a high efficiency gravity, sometimes called convention. So like with most videos, it leaves you with more questions than answers, and we always answer every question in the comment section down below, and we will sometimes even make a video on that question. If that's not a reason to hit the subscribe button, I don't know what is. So next time on This Guy's Garage, we're going to be talking about needle size, fluid caps, and what gun suits what material that you plan on using. How to pick it out. So no sense asking me what gun I need. I'm going to give you the information you need to pick out your own gun. So thanks again for stopping by This Guy's Garage. If this video helped you out some, you can help us right back by hitting that subscribe button. It'll be right there. You can watch another video right around here somewhere. And until the next time, folks, this guy out.